pause here in case he starts spurting like a geyser. Here's the what is it?
XG3.
XG3, baby. The safety cap, so it's gonna be like a little snap off. And there's the Big Daddy. Yeah, he doesn't want to look.
I'm not. Yeah, not looking at this one.
Okay. So, there we go. Upwards in, deep breath. Alright, going all the way in. You alright?
Yep.
A little more. Okay.
Ooh, man, that one hurt.
Yep, big.
First and foremost, we want to give all praises and glory and honor unto
Yahweh,
Yahweh, Ba'ashem,
Yahushua,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Rakakadash. We want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone for doing well. And want to give peace and citations to y'all on the highways and byways doing this work sincerely and faithfully. And as we have here, this is a portion of GMS Boston. I'm the brother Amawan.
I'm the brother Korab. I'm the brother Yashamar.
And we're here to bring another lesson and hope to be edifying and feed the flocks. And today's lesson is going to be dealing with the RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast, spoken in Revelations 13 and 16. And as you can see in the video, that the man is over there getting the RFID microchip, you know.
Okay.
This is what John the Revelator has seen and spoken of from 2,000 years ago, and now it's coming to fruition. And first precept that we're going to bring out is going to be in Revelations 13 and 16. Go ahead,
Nah, Con, I just want to read the title real quick. It says, crazy guy in Texas get implanted with microchip, can now open doors in his house with it. And this was posted on November 8th, 2019. All right. So, yeah, you know, just showing you that the RFID microchip is the mark of the beast, and it's being pushed forward more and more. Hence why our apostle, Elder Tahar, you know, Apostle Tahar mentioned that and deemed it that this year is the year of Karagman, because it's showing you that they're going to push it, and it's going to be one of the main topics that's going to be talked about and also issued this year. All right? But,
right.
you know.
That's right. Main prophecy.
God.
That's taking place. That's right. Yeah, go ahead, brother.
I'm gonna get Revelation chapter 13, verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should be both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he caused all both, small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead.
God.
Right. And that's going into the RFID microchip. And going back to the image, which is what? That Roman system, man. Because America is Roman 2.0, man. You know? It's the modern day. It's the last leg of the Roman Empire. Esau, Edom. And the RFID microchip was the mark of the beast. That's the mark that these elites are trying to fulfill with their new world order. You know, this is their benchmark to have everyone under one umbrella, you know. And this RFID microchip is what's going to tie things in. And as well with this 5G network that's coming out.
That's right.
You know, continue.
And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is the wisdom. Let him that has understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 636.
Right. And when you read in the scripture says that wisdom is a principal thing. All that getting, get understanding. And you understand something. It's going to come a point in time where it's going to be a cashless society, man, where the dollar's going to be done away with. And the only way you're going to be able to buy or sell if you have this mark.
That's right.
If you have this RFID microchip. So pretty much what we're saying is this is the evolution of the ways of money and transactions going to be, things being purchased are going to take place on this chip.
That's right.
You know, the infrastructure is going to collapse. The economy is on it's already on its way out because America's in a $188 trillion debt. You know, it's just a matter of time. The elites are buying time so they can fulfill this enterprise. They're gearing up and setting different councils in order, so when all hell break loose, they could enforce this
That's
with
right.
martial law and major events, major false flags. You know.
Con, yeah, and you just brother said that they doing this to set up their enterprise, and the enterprise is that new world order. You know, this mark, which is the RFID microchip, is to keep tabs. You know, to keep tabs on every citizen that, you know, saying that's within this country, and not just only in this country. It's gonna be worldwide. You know what I'm saying? Because that's why it's him called a new world order. It's everyone coming under that one world government. All right, but it's showing you that you know, as you see this video, this guy is taking. Before, what is that one? What is it? 3 Square Market.
Yeah,
You know,
Wisconsin.
in Wisconsin,
Mhm.
they already did it there. You
Right.
know, and also, and Amazon is also doing it and testing it out for their employees. But now look, you have other people as well in Texas. You know, and probably even more. You know what I'm saying? That's taking the chips that we don't even know about. But you know what I'm saying? But it's showing you that it's here. You know, and then they're pushing it. All right.
And it's all voluntarily, but Esau is gonna mandate it, which it is. This is what we're talking about when we reach the year 2020.
Mhm.
You know, that Real ID Act. This is what's going to emerge everything in. You know, and this is that bionic that bionic banking system where, you know, you're gonna have your credit, your wallet, your ID, your key on this microchip. Like the brother just seen on the video, that you're gonna use this chip to open doors, to make purchase, to scan papers. You know, it's showing you, man. This is the evolution that Esau is heading to. But ultimately, this is what the elders has been prophesying for years and years, letting you know, don't take the mark of the beast, because there's consequence that happens. The men of the Lord, the faithful, the 144,000 is going to trust in Yahweh Shema Shai to help us in those days. That's what's referring to Jacob's trouble and the hour of temptation.
That's right.
And we numerous people like Joe Biden, you know, even Aaron Russo, who's a friend with the Rockefeller, you know, who's part of the elites, you know, part of the 13 banking family, the people who rule the world, who's telling them their agenda, you know, and we're letting you know that the RFID microchip is not a philosophy, it's not an embargo, it is the mark of the beast.
That's right. Yeah, because as you see, they're making it, they're pushing it, in a way where it can be convenient. All right, and this brother has a definition.
Yeah, I remember after my job, there was this woman. She said it was convenient for her to pay for the items, but she didn't have her credit card on her, but it was in her phone. That's all she needed to do was press the card on the scanner. So I want to get into the definition of convenience. The state of being able to proceed with something with little effort or difficulty. The quality of being useful, easy, or suitable for someone.
Con. So okay, bro, not to
Yeah.
cut you off, bro. It says the quality of being easier, suitable, and what else? What does it say?
Useful, easy, or suitable.
Useful, easy, and suitable, and hence why the RFID microchip, they're putting it in the hand. As you see, the guy, he just walks up and slides his hand right there, and his garage door goes up. Or you know, now they have these like these Tesla cars.
Yeah.
They're gonna make it where you just you don't need a key, you just walk up to and it identifies you. Which they already got the keyless car. I mean, the way to start is to push the start, but your key is in your pocket. You don't need to insert the key no more. So now it's gonna be in your hand. So once you sit in the car or you get close to the car, it automatically unlocks or whatever the case may be. You know, so it's making it convenient for people.
I was going to say that was the quality of Cain, because he didn't want to worship the Lord. He didn't want to sacrifice. He gave the Lord fruit. He thought it was a faster way of doing it, you know, and then he got mad because his brother Abel gave him a better sacrifice, because he actually put in the work for it.
That's right.
Well, Cain probably just picked fruit off the ground and just, you know, put in a basket and said, you know, just didn't care. That's how you get that, you know, that's Esau, you know. Had the same spirit, just being lazy, you just want everything fast.
And who's pushing the RFID microchip? You know, it's Esau, Edom.
Esau, you know,
So
They're the main ones that's pushing the RFID microchip. All right.
And you have Moab following them too. The face scanners in China, I heard that.
That's right.
And we got different places. Like, I'm glad you said that, brother. You know, in Sweden, you know, that's the norm now. Everyone is microchipped, you know, in different regions. And you got in India, you got different parts of Europe. But this is just showing you this is the direction we're heading to. This is why they weaning us off these the credit card, the bank. I mean, credit card, your debit card with these chips, Cash App. You know what I'm saying? PayPal, all these things.
Uber Eats.
Uber Eats. You know,
all these.
like
Yeah.
your brother say, paying with your phone. Everything's convenient because they're heading for this RFID microchip. In other words, it was said if it was pushed on upon the people would resist. But if you gradually put it on the people and get them comfortable with it and make it a new way of life, slowly but surely, everyone will accept it. You know?
Oh, I was about to say, that's what Esau does, normalizing wickedness. That's why you see on
That's right.
TV girls kissing girls or boys kissing boys.
That's right.
Esau, and that's why you got Jake doing that, because they think it's normal.
Con.
You got girls posting on Facebook talking about kissing, going want to need a girlfriend.
Mhm.
Because Esau normalizing this, thinking it's all right, but it's not, Esau's normalizing wickedness, eating pork chops, shrimp. You got,
Yeah, con.
you know.
It's also that saying or that analogy or that example about the toad being in water. You put the toad in a pot of water, and you eventually turn the heat on. Eventually, the toad adjusted to the natural temperature of the water. But as the pot get hot, the toad or the frog will change the body. I mean, basically to adapt to the temperature until it's at a boiling point. And once it gets to the point it's at its boiling point, the frog already lost his energy, adjusting his body to that temperature. That way, at the end of it, he's gonna get put to death because he didn't even think of jumping out. And it's the same way of how Esau's doing it. How he's doing it, he's making it smooth, like making it easy. You know what I'm saying? Making it suitable for the people and convenient. So everybody's like, oh, okay, then cool. I like this idea. Promote it. Have these celebrities and these commercials, whatever the case is. And then eventually, but there's a judgment for taking the RFID microchip, taking the mark of the beast. And that's the thing. It's gonna be too late that once these people take that chip, they can't jump out of the pot. They can't say, you know what I'm saying? They can't undo it. You know what I'm saying? They're just gonna have to deal with the judgment that falls on it. But
your faith is sealed.
That's right.
If you get this real quick, and 2 Corinthians chapter 2 verse 11. But you got the definition of mark.
Yeah, con. This is the definition of mark in Revelations 13 and 16. And it says charagma, all right? And it says so lock it outline. All right, it says a stamp, an imprinted mark, all right, of the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as the badge of the follower of the Antichrist. All right, it says the mark branded upon horses, things carved, sculptured, graven work of idolatrous images. All right, so it says a stamp, an imprinted mark. All right.
Right, it's a decision, right? Something to be. That's a physical mark. That's not talking about a spiritual mark compared to what it was said in
Ezekiel 9 and 4.
Ezekiel 9 and 4. That was a physical mark. Go ahead, brother.
Con, yeah, and also it says so like, let me go back real quick. It says something about it says the mark branded upon a horse. All right, and that's how you know you own that horse, or that's how you know that it belongs to you, or that's your property. So the same as that RFID microchip, that's letting people know. It's the same as if the social security number. Everybody having social security numbers, but now they got to monitor you. You know what I mean? It's showing that you're a slave unto Esau. That image that was spoken of in Revelation the 15 chapter. I mean 13 chapter to 15 verse.
In other words, that's your badge of the Antichrist. Esau Edom is his enterprise, that new world order. That show him that you in the league, that you would pledge allegiance to them, that you bow down to them. And this brother's gonna read it. And plus, the brother said Brandon, because that's what you do. You brand people to keep number, to keep account. In jail, you're just a number. In life, you have a birth certificate and a social security because we're just a number. So Esau's is doing the same thing, but now the only thing is he's going to be like God because he's going to know your whereabouts. He's going to have your information. He's going to know everything about you.
And also they also talk about the RFID microchip, the mark of the beast, being useful for identity theft. You know what I'm saying? To avoid identity theft.
Right.
Because all your information's on that. No one can steal your identity. No one can steal your social security number,
Right.
your credit card information, your
Right.
health insurance information. All of that's gonna be on the chip, which is gonna be in that. It's supposed to be stamped in the hand, as the scriptures say. So no one can steal it. So it's showing you that, you know, this right here is also a way of them trying to say it, like you're saying, trying to push it as convenience, but also to monitor and keep, you know what I'm saying,
Right,
keep
security.
people, security. Come on.
Just just say this. That's what they used to do in Egypt too, in Roman.
Mhm.
It's to brand people, brand slaves. You know, and my auntie, you know, from them back then before they got their independence in Cape Verde, I used to wonder why they used to have numbers written on their hands. You know what I'm saying? It's because this is how they keep track of people. We ain't got time to go and take everyone's name, remember everyone's name. You're called by a number. Players are known in the sport world. They know as a number.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everything is by a number, and the best way to calculate everyone to have them in the system is by this chip. But it's all algorithm. You know what I'm saying? It's all brought into that system, which that's why they bringing forth this 5G tower. Is everything is able to be capitalized on these towers. Everything's set up. You know what I'm saying? Everything's gonna be wireless. Everything. You know, this was Esau's plan as God, but. The Lord has blessed us to receive this revelation and understanding, so we won't have to take it. This brother's gonna read this, then we're gonna go into the punishment. And if by the way, if you do take that RFID microchip, go ahead and read that, brother.
2 Corinthians 2:11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Furthermore, when I came to Troas,
Right. So you read that, yeah? Huh? So unless Satan gets an advantage of us, right? We're not ignorant of his devices. So what it is, the Lord has allowed us to understand this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Because what he said in Isaiah 33:6, that wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of that time and strength of salvation. So we know about Esau's crafty counsel. We know about his traps and setups. We know that if you take that RFID microchip, that your faith is sealed, that the Lord has to come back and destroy you, or you're gonna be partaker of them plagues of them ICBM missiles that these other nations going to launch upon America. Which that's the judgment of Babylon, aka America, the whore. You know, this is the way that the Lord is going to destroy this place, and that's what John saw, the lake of fire coming by the ICBM missile. But if you take that RFID microchip, that's your judgment.
Now I just want to go back to this real quick, and then that you know what I mean, because going back to the root word of karagme, it goes also back to the root word is karax. All right, and it says a pail or stake, or a pail between which earth, stone, tree, timbers are heaped and packed together. But mainly it says a pail or stake. All right. So when you look into the definition of stake, it says a strong wooden or metal post with a point at one's end, driven into the ground to support a tree, form parts of a fence, act as a boundary mark. And it says a spike, right? So now when you go back to that video of that guy, all right, you see this let me go back a little bit, because he goes back and mentions it. Try to put it on there. That needle that they're using to push into the hand and inject the RFID microchip. All right, that is what will be resembled as that stake. As that spike that's going into, that's what they need. You know what I'm saying? So just to link it all up, to show you that this is the RFID microchip, the mark of the beast, is an actual insertion of a chip that's going into your hand. All right. So just want to bring that up.
But it's showing you this is how you're gonna buy or sell. That's what it's talking about in Revelation 13:16. That through this chip, man, everything's gonna be connected to that chip. And as the brother's showing you, you see it, And rappers has been taking it. There's different people taking it because it's voluntary as we speak. But pretty soon, everyone and their mother, everyone that's in America and the whole world is gonna be trying. Can you get Revelations 3:10? And even at the job now, they have us punching in our number by what? By our fingerprint. By the biometric system. The only way you could punch in your number is if you put your fingerprint, which is the next step to lead into the RFID microchip.
Revelation 3:10.
3:10.
Revelation 3:10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth.
You see, in the hour of temptation, it's talking about all series of event, you know, but primarily the RFID microchip. Like the brother said, our elder Tahar, a great millstone apostle, has deemed this year as the year of Karagma, man.
Mhm.
And this is what we're seeing, you know, and there's no way you're going to eat and be safe and have water and have food for your kids and have shelter and be all right if you don't got that chip. And this way your faith is being tried. This is when the rubber meets the road to see what type of man are you.
That's
Are
right.
you a believer or you a doubter? Are you going to trust in your Yahweh Shema Shai? Or are you going to take the chip and take matters into your own hand? You know? Yeah,
Nah, because the scripture says, lean not unto thy own understanding.
that's right.
And anyone that take that chip and lose faith, you know, they're leaning onto their own understanding, and that's what's gonna you know, be your downfall in that time.
Right.
All right. So
Hey, that's why the scripture says everything that was written aforetime was written for our learning, through patience and comfort, that we might have hope, that we might keep the faith and fight that good fight, fight of faith, even unto death, man. Because we're reaching a time and point where we're gonna meet, you know, we're gonna meet trouble, man. It's gonna be a time of trouble like never before. That was said in Daniel, that, you know, all hell's gonna break loose. Where Daniel, Michael the archangel is gonna have to step in, man, because of the perilous times, the famine, pestilence, you know, earthquakes, the martial law, you know, race wars. You know, this is what's happening. This is the time that we're entering, and best believe it's not gonna pause. It's not gonna have a breaking period. You know, it's gonna continue until the end, until the Lord comes back and deliver His elect.
that's right.
And if you want, you could get Revelations 14:9.
I can,
Got it?
Yeah, I can get it right here.
Uh-huh.
You still got more on that?
No.
No, that was it.
Okay.
You can get it. You can
Alright,
get it.
Con,
14:9. Get 20 Revelations 20 and 4.
Con. So this is Revelations 14:9, and it reads, "And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh Shema Shah, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb."
Hey, right. So this is what the Lord saying. That's the judgment right there we're reading. That torment, and that by what? By that fervent heat, by the radiation, by the ICBM missiles, man. That's the judgment that's going to be. The second death by fire. And we know as the first death was by water, but the second death is by fire. And if you take that RFID microchip, best believe your name is written in the silos somewhere in Russia and China, North Korea, Iran, and you're going to be blasted. You're going to be annihilated. You're going to be on fire. Your body, your bones going to be consumed in that fire. You know, you're going to be tormented in the presence of the Lamb and the holy angels, while the elect are safe looking up and looking down at the destruction of America. Because the scripture says, the joy of a man is what? His children, and what?
To see the
To
downfall
see
of
the
his
downfall of his enemy, you know? And go ahead, you can read that.
Revelation chapter 20, verse 4. "And I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua, and for the word of Yahweh, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands. And they lived and reigned with the Mashiach 1,000 years."
You see, those are the faithful servants. Those are the one that kept the testimony of Yahweh Bashim Yashai, his words and his name, who stood so stiffly for them, you know, and preferred death over than taking that RFID microchip, or bowing down to Esau and his system, and you know, and conforming to the New World Order, you know. The elect rather took death before dishonor, man. And that's exactly what it's saying. And best believe this is why we got to gear our minds and be ready for the battle. Because none of us know who's the ones that's going to be put to death and beheaded for these words. You know? Like it tells you when you're reading Revelations 2 and 10. If you'll grab that. But,
I get it. I get it.
And we're pretty much saying that what men are ye to be in all holy conversation, knowing that all hell's about to break loose. Before we get the kingdom of heaven, we have to go through these trials and tribulation. You know? We can get that. And we just end it on this.
Revelations 2 and 10. It says, "Fear none none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life.
Right. Hey, because the scripture tells you ain't no servant greater than his master, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yahushua was persecuted. He was crucified. He was beaten. He was bruised. How much more for us? And some of us are gonna have to go through that same phase.
Mm-hmm.
Not as worse as Yahushua, but deal with our own judgment when that hour of temptation come, man. And the scripture telling you don't fear, because those that believe in Yahweh Shema Shai has already obtained the victory through Yahweh Shai, man.
Mm-hmm.
All this has to do is play out, but be faithful unto death, man. Some of us are gonna be tried, and the Lord's gonna have a crown of life waiting for you, because we don't want no corruptible crowns.
Right,
we want the incorruptible crowns. We want to be the ones that's stated in Second Ezra, the second chapter, in the 46th verse and on down. That was there who stood so stiffly for the words in the name, and the man who stood in the midst of them in higher stature was putting crowns upon their heads. That's what we want to do. That's the end goal, and to be joint heirs with the Lord. But we know we had to go through an obstacle. We had to go through hell, through different position of difficulties to obtain that. And this is how we're gearing ourselves up with this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and making our body a living sacrifice and enduring like a good soldier.
That's right.
Supposed to, of Yahweh Shema Shai. But we, with that, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, so yeah, just to close up, this video is to show you not, saying this is what's being pushed. This is Esau Edom pushing the RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast, and we're here to tell our people, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native and Seminole Indians who are Israelites, to not take this chip. All right, because once you check, like the brother said earlier, once you take the chip, your faith is sealed. All right, so we just here to put out the warning and let brothers know that's what we're supposed to do.
That's right.
But
hey, that's right. And hope it was a faith builder. But with that, we want to give all praises and glory and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem HaKadosh. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone for ruling well and teaching us this truth. And we want to give peace and salutations to all you Akim on the highways and byways doing this work sincerely and faithfully and part of the hopeful elect. And with that, we want to say Shalom.
Shalom.
Hey, Kwam Yasharala.
Kwam Yasharala.
Abad Babal.
Abad Babal.